Hello and welcome to Patched. I'm your host, Paul James. Today I'm joined by Matto Phillips and Damo Camilleri. How are you, gentlemen?
Good.
Brilliant. Oh, buoyant.
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 Brilliant.
Brilliant.
It's like the Dark Knight. Brilliant.
So we're
What
coming
stars?
toward... As you may have gathered, viewers and listeners, it's all going to shit now that we're getting towards the pointy end of the year. We're chasing that finish line, and it's all starting to go pear shaped. But also at the
yeah.
end of the year is a
I
little
forgot
thing.
my Christmas hat.
Oh, we'll have to
In
make
December.
make sure it's there for the final episode next week.
Yeah.
Of the year.
What
Of the year.
you got there, Paul?
So
What are you holding
What
there?
Oh, Damo, the Fire Emblem 30th anniversary collector's thing. There's an unboxing on the Player 2 YouTube channel now, so go check that out. I was just playing with it because it was here. It's the end of the year, as you might have gathered based on our behaviour so far. But that also means that the Game Awards is coming, and it's coming this Friday. Times, I don't know. They never advertise Australian times, so maybe we'll work it out before the end of the show. Google the Game Awards 2020 Australia time or some shit, or I don't know. Go to Press Start because they're usually pretty good like that. But we're going to go through the Game Awards in two lenses. We're going to look at the games that have been nominated for the various awards, or people that have been nominated for various awards, and we'll just talk about who we think is going to win. So not necessarily our particular favourites, but who do we just think will win. And
what we
then
think will happen, not what we want to happen.
Not what we want to happen, exactly. And then we'll kind of throw a few predictions around for the actual... I mean, as much as it is an awards show, most people tune in for the game announcements. So like last year, we got the Xbox Series X showing up, and then a whole bunch of other really cool games as well. So we're going to talk a little bit about what we expect to happen in that space. So I've got all the categories here, and we're going to breeze through the ones that we all have absolutely no idea about. So we're going to start with esports, of course, because we're esports pros.
Huge fans.
There's
Yeah.
best esports team. Now the nominees are Dam1 Gaming, Dallas Empire, G2 Esports, San Francisco Shock, and Team Secret. I personally like the name Team Secret, so that's my pick.
Well, the Dallas Cowboys are a pretty fantastic team. So anything with Dallas in it, actually,
We
Dallas
are
Cowboys
going to
doing
Dallas.
shit. Actually, no. From now on, anytime I make a prediction, I'm just going to do this. And Paul, you can edit the video to make it sound like I get all the answers right.
I'm not editing
Dallas
shit
Shock.
after this.
Atlanta Falcons.
So, yeah, that Matto, do any names just tickle your fancy out of that you like?
Right, I got it up on my screen. Just hang on.
Oh, he's just
Dallas Empire.
Dallas Empire. It is. Congratulations,
Dallas.
you're the patched winner. If only we could nominate and vote on the Game Awards. Best
Shock.
esports
Man.
host: Alex Golden Boy Mendez, Alex Machine Richardson. Oh my God, there's a combination of consonants there that I have no idea what sound I'm
Ash.
supposed to make. As well as
Is
vowels.
that even a word?
Double
Is
E
that a
F
typo?
J E. Let's just say FG.
FJ. FG.
But then there's
Effigy.
the nickname in the middle
Jokes.
there that's even more confusing.
Shokes.
Shocks Deporte. I don't know. Anyway, moving on from that one. James Dash Peterson and... Oh, damn it. We got another one. Jareen Shiva Vander Hayden. Oh, damn it. This is going real pear-shaped. Who do we want to win?
That Peterson bloke,
All right,
Because-
James Dash Peterson.
Jordan Peterson, went a bit pear-shaped, so one Peterson has to carry
Someone's
on.
gotta
Something
be-
good going on there.
Matto, what about you?
I would like to see one of the ones you couldn't announce properly, just to see the people on the games night try to read it.
Oh, shit. Yeah,
Just
sure.
for the sake.
I'm with you. Let's
And the
go with...
nominations are names. And the winner is this guy who's walking out. And this lady too.
Well, then, based on that, I'm going for FG Scott's Deportier. I don't know, just because that name's a complicated one. The esports category is going very, very well for us so far. So as we continue on from there, the next one is best esports game. So we might be in a better position to actually make some predictions for this one. We've got Call of Duty Modern Warfare, Counter-Strike Global Offensive, Fortnite, League of Legends, and Valorant. Now, obviously,
League.
obviously, the bulk of these are games that have come out in previous years, so it is kind of an ongoing sort of thing as well. You think League, Matto?
Yeah.
Sure, why not?
Yeah. Yeah, let's go League. Well, there we go. We're united on League. Not that any of us know anything about it. I'll be so glad once we get through
But
the
the
esports
next
category.
one's a big one. This one is huge.
Best esports event.
Oh yeah.
So the nominees for the best esports event are Blast Premier Spring 2020 European Finals. That does for Counter-Strike Go. Okay. Call of Duty League Championship 2020. IEM Katowice 2020, which is for Counter-Strike Go again. League of Legends World Championship 2020 and the Overwatch League Grand Finals 2020. I'm going to go with the Overwatch one because it's a cooler game.
I'm gonna go with Overwatch. I think they put a lot of effort into building their teams and their events and things like that. So I think that put it in Blizzard's hands. I think they will win. What I wanted to win was no, there hasn't really been any. Don't worry. I was gonna say
It's a
some
weird year for it.
Barcraft event down in Melbourne, but I'm like, we've been on lockdown, so that didn't happen.
Hey, there's 3 kids in the park playing Pokemon once.
Oh, Pokemon Go events. Yeah, that
Yeah,
was
they got arrested.
For the
They got
win.
fined for it.
Matto, do you have any thoughts there?
Nope.
Esports it is.
I
then.
mean, yes. I mean, Overwatch.
Nice. Next one is Best Esports Coach, Danny Zoranson, Daehe Krusty Park.
Krusty Park.
I'm already keen on Krusty. Fabian Grabs Lohman.
Grabs low man.
What's he Grabs low man. Lee Zephyr Jamin and Raymond Rambo Lucia. I hope I'm pronouncing every single one of your names wrong, just to make sure I'm consistent for everyone.
Wait, can you go through that list again?
I'm going for Grabs low man because that's funny.
Fabian, yes, I'm gonna go with Fabian. because
Fabian-
it sounds like it's close as we can get to Fabio, and we all know that Fabio was perfect. In every
Fabio
way.
would just win. Are we united again? I
Oh,
can't
yeah.
wait. I can't wait till we're done with esports. Best esports athlete. What?
Athlete.
Athlete, quote
Athlete.
unquote.
Athlete.
Clicking
Athlete.
heads, tearing them to shreds.
Esports needs to be taken
Um,
seriously. Let's do this.
So, Ian Crim6 Porter for Call of Duty. Heyo Showmaker Sue for League of Legends. Kim Canyon, Gion Boo for League of Legends. Anthony Shotzi Curious Castro for Call of Duty. And Matthew Zaiwu Herbart for Counter-Strike Go. Again, I've probably mispronounced half your names. Sorry, not sorry.
Ninja.
Ninja
Oh, Ninja
wins!
wasn't
I
I don't know.
I don't know shit.
I've lost track. I lost track of the names as soon as you started saying them.
Yeah, the names
I was like,
the names weren't as entertaining in
Don't-
this one, which therefore invalidates this award.
Not it.
DQ.
Disqualified.
I say we
all
can DQ it because they're not really athletes.
I just call for a recount on that one.
So now,
Revote. Just get 5 new people in.
only to realise that Ninja in fact wins despite not being nominated. So now we're into some real awards. Best debut game. Now, in some cases, maybe there's a few games I haven't touched actually. In fact, have I played any of them? One.
You're doing better than me. I've never heard of them.
Oh, you haven't heard of any of these? Okay, maybe Damo's
Mortal
different.
Shell I have. Mortal
So
Shell I have.
we've got 5 nominees
that-
for best debut game.
Oh, that one.
There's
Is that like the Ghost Faces one?
Oh yeah, hang on. Best debut game created by a new independent studio, so they've specifically got to be an indie studio. We've got Carrion, which was published by Devolver Digital, Mortal Shell, Raji, an Ancient Epic, Roki, and Phasmophobia, which is this, I think, a fairly big VR title at the moment on PC. It's kind of taking the internet by storm
Ooh,
in
that's
some areas.
tough.
I think Phasmophobia wins just because it's become this cult
Oh,
game in the last month.
Yeah, I was gonna say Phasma because it's like kind of pushing Among Us aside a little bit. Not aside, I would say. More that like there's a lot of people engaging in that. It's like, you're not playing Among Us, you're pretty much playing Phasmophobia at this stage. So yeah, go Phasma. Even though I
No.
would say Mortal Shell's pretty phenomenal too.
Yeah, I've heard really good things about that one. Matto,
You got to go with Phasma. Phasma
you're
just,
Phasmophobia as well.
which blew up out of nowhere. Just everyone started playing it. Is that the one where you go into a dodgy house? It's like a ghost. Or was that another game?
I actually don't know. I've like everyone's talking about it, but I've not actually played
We're
or
real.
watched
Oh
any
yeah.
of them.
We're the real experts here.
Yeah. The next one, personally, my vote's already determined just based on Aussie pride. So is content creator of the year. So the nominees are Alana Pierce, woo, Aussie, J.Ann Lopez, Nick Merckx, Tim the Tatman, who we've spoken a lot about over the course of this year, thanks to Tim's efforts in Fall Guys, and Valkyrae. I only know of Tim and Alana anyway, but Alana.
I know of Valkyrae. I don't know about the other two.
Tim.
You going, Tim? I could very easily see Tim winning. Like that Fall Guys stuff has been huge for him. I mean, there's an ESPN series based on his failure.
That's the thing. He's he's a real life Waluigi that wins.
Eventually wins.
I'm sure if he does win this, he's gonna become the ultimate villain, like of the gaming world. He'll be the next. No, I won't say that name out. Anyway.
Next multiplayer, best multi. Oh, Matto, hang on. Did you have a pick?
Oh no, Tim the Tatman.
Oh, you think
Tim
Tim
the
wins?
Toolman Taylor.
Yeah, look, I do think Tim might win, but God, I really want Alana to win. Next one is best multiplayer. Animal Crossing New Horizons, because apparently waiting 5 minutes for a friend to arrive and just watch their plane drop into land is exciting. Among Us, Call of Duty Warzone, Fall Guys Ultimate Knockout, and Valorant.
It would have been Fall Guys until Among Us came along.
Yeah,
Among
but
Us
even that's
has
weird
so
because
much...
Among Us is a 2-year-old game that just finally became popular this year. But
It's out of nowhere.
Yeah, good on them.
Dude. What did they do differently?
I'm gonna have to give it to that, but I don't think it's gonna win.
Sorry, you're gonna give it to Among Us?
Yeah, but I have a sense it's not gonna win, but I can't think of what else would win. I mean, I'm sure Fall Guys might actually do it because like it broke servers and things, and it was like massive revolutionary.
I could still see Call of Duty doing it too, because Call of Duty is Call of Duty.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
I'll put my vote on Among Us for the reason it is just like this juggernaut that can't seem to be stopped for the most part.
Choo choo.
As long as that Animal Crossing doesn't win, because I loved Animal Crossing, great game, but the idea that your friend's coming to join your island and then you have to wait 5 minutes as you watch them board a plane, fly over.
As they walk in and like, hey, I don't care, I want me bloody turnip prices and piss off. That's all I want.
It's the worst. But I still
hey,
Paul
James is coming to the island. I don't care.
I'll see him when he gets there. Fuck off until then.
So what? That's great.
Next one is best sports/racing game. There's some interesting choices, but one that I definitely want to win. Dirt 5, F1 2020, FIFA 21, NBA 2K21, and Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2.
Tony Hawk.
Tony Hawk. I think it will win, and I want it to win desperately. So at least that's an easy one for us to go through.
Even though it was a remake, it did wonderful things and fine-tuning itself and redefining.
And keeping that soundtrack is
a lot of other games.
And they added to the soundtrack too.
Yeah.
So can't go wrong
there.
That
soundtrack was just...
The next one is the best sim and strategy game. This is a really interesting basket of different games because they're all fairly different. There's Crusader Kings 3, Desperados 3, Gears Tactics, Microsoft Flight Simulator also falls into that same one with all these tactics games, and XCOM Chimera Squad. I think Flight Simulator wins.
I'm going to give it to XCOM.
XCOM?
Yep.
I'm going for Flight Simulator.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah,
all right.
Just cause.
I mean...
Because it's Flight Simulator.
Shot the lights out with the reviews, so I could see it translating across.
I mean,
Next one's Best Family
crazy.
Game, which is basically typically just code for Best Nintendo Game. But this year there's a few things that aren't Nintendo games in there. So we've got Animal Crossing New Horizons, Crash Bandicoot 4, It's About Time, Fall Guys Ultimate Knockout, Mario Kart Live Home Circuit, Minecraft Dungeons, and Paper Mario the Origami King.
Oh! That's a nice list, but I'm myself will give it to Mario Kart Live Circuit only because that's such a revolution in games.
It's pretty cool.
That's a pretty different thing
Matto?
that would have happened.
Yeah, it's a weird one like that. Matto, what are you thinking?
Oh,
I think this
so
is
between
a very
Animal
clear two-horse race.
Crossing, it's either between Animal Crossing or Mario Kart Live, and I'm just going to go with Mario Kart Live. Like Damo said, it's just something new on an old game. Like, who would have thought just putting points around your house and making a circuit out of it would be so enjoyable?
My
It
personal
worked,
highlight was getting the car wedged under the couch.
Driving into the door, that was another one. That was a great.
Go check out the Player 2 plays, everyone. For me, I think it's a 2-horse race between Animal Crossing and Fall Guys, and Animal Crossing wins by a long, long way because it's just been this juggernaut all year. And it's definitely a family game. Like, it definitely fits that description better than, as well as pretty much everything else in there.
Nothing like digging some holes.
Yeah.
Digging some holes.
I've heard some people crack the shits about the next category because there's one game in particular that's apparently absolute trash. There? So yeah, best fighting game. Grand Blue Fantasy versus Mortal Kombat 11 Ultimate, which I guess slides through because it is the ultimate version of it. Street Fighter 5 Champion Edition. If you're going to let Mortal Kombat in, you may as well let the 15th version of Street Fighter 5 in. One Punch Man, A Hero Nobody Knows. Which, just to be clear, Metacritic scores like 50-something. So clearly they couldn't find one last game when they threw that in there. And Under Night In Birth Exi Late CLR, whatever the fuck that name is. But Under Night In Birth.
What I want
Mortal
to
Kombat?
win. What I want to win.
You want One Punch Man.
One Punch Man. Only because it was such a brilliant idea. You're pretty much fighting a boss until One Punch Man rocks up and punches the final boss. Like punches the enemy thing. It's a survival fighting game. That's incredible. Like, I don't care. Like, the Metacritic can suck a fat chode on that one because it's like, well, are you kidding me? Like, this game did something that a fighting game hadn't done. But then again, it's kind of like, at the same time, is it a fighting game? Like, you can't really two-player it. I don't know.
Yeah, and I have heard some of those arguments as to why it's actually in the categories. Not necessarily. There's some people going, yeah, it's a shit game. There's others going, it's not really a fighting game.
Yeah.
So there's a few different groups going, it shouldn't be here for totally different reasons.
Grand Blue.
Matto?
Well, I'd say Mortal Kombat 11, but didn't that come out last year?
Yeah, but Street Fighter came out like 2015 or 16. Like, it's just down to
it's a new edition.
Yeah, it's a new edition of it with new characters and updates and shit. And that's enough for them. So really, I think Smash should have made the cut before One Punch Man based on that.
Would have thought JB would be in there.
JB.
Because everyone wants to belt JB after the old console selling.
So your Mortal Kombat then?
Yeah.
Next one's Best Role-Playing Game, which is one of the bigger awards because there's a few Game of the Year nominees in this one here. So Best Role-Playing Game, the nominees are Final Fantasy VII Remake, Genshin Impact, Persona 5 Royal, Wasteland 3, and Yakuza Like a Dragon. And actually, I say that and there's only one Game of the Year nominee in there, which means Final Fantasy wins. But
is that how it works?
Usually, I mean, if you make Game of the Year, I figure usually means that there's a lot of people lobbying for you already. Usually, doesn't always mean that. But
I want Genshin to win to get it more attention, but I think you're right on Final Fantasy VII winning as the fan base.
The fanboys and girls are rock hard over that one.
Well, not only that, like just the delay that they took, the time they put into it, everything, you know, they really, really made a game that a lot of us from playing Final Fantasy VII in
1997. Yeah.
Oh, well, I played it in 98, so shut up.
Sorry.
Never thought we would see.
I got it from Video Easy.
Graphics like this. Oh. Yeah, I brought it from Target and Water Garden.
I found it in my lounge room one day. I was like, sweet. Mum had bought it. I don't know where she got it from.
Is that how games come from?
Yeah, good times.
If I just leave this messy clothes on this table, they just
disappear.
They disappear, get folded, and find their way into their drawers. It's great. Now, Final Fantasy VII wins for me, and I think it needs to win so that when Square Enix looks at it getting a game or like an award at the Game of the Year event, they go, sweet, the next 10 years working on part 2 is totally justified because they liked the last one.
Oh my god. Don't. It's mean. It's horrible.
I mean, it's going to take a while, I guess. Next category is the best action adventure game. So we're now in that blurry territory. There's adventure games, there's action adventure games, there's action games. The best action adventure game nominees are Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Ghost of Tsushima, Marvel's Spider-Man Miles Morales, Ori and the Will of the Wisps, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. So it missed out on the awards last year because it released just after the awards, or the votes closed, so it actually made the list this year. And The Last of Us Part 2. The Last of Us wins.
Yeah,
That's for
I'm gonna
you.
say The Last of Us.
No, I
What was
don't.
the second?
I'm still
What's the second
undecided on my. So Assassin's, Ghost, Marvel Spider-Man,
Yeah,
Ori, Star
it was
Wars.
between Ghost. Like Ghost was like going to be that pick there, but then when you said Last of Us 2, it's like, yeah, regardless of what the people say,
Naughty Dog just wins awards, whether you agree with
great
it or
game.
not.
I
Very
think
well
the
played
people's
out.
vote would be The Last of Us Part 2. For me,
It's not,
it's
actually.
Jedi. It's Jedi Fallen Order for me.
Nice. It's actually not the
That's
people's
such
vote.
a fun game.
So
No.
Jeff Keighley, as we speak, has kind of been running a fan sort of vote thing there, and it was, here's 10 games, and we'll whittle it down to 3, and then of those 3, we'll decide, the fans voted game of the year. Currently, Ghost is leading the fan vote.
Really?
It's like 14% to Ghost, 11% to Last of Us, and I can't remember what it was splitting it with, but there was about 4 games that were all on 10%. So Ghost is the fans' favorite for the year, apparently, at least up to this point. Anyway, we'll see what happens when things get split up further. But so not necessarily the clear-cut winner, Last of Us, but I think it'll probably win this one. So now, best action game. So we've got, as it loads, Doom Eternal, Hades, Half-Life Alyx, Neo 2, and Streets of Rage 4.
Hades.
Yeah, Hades.
Doom. I'm playing Hades. But
I haven't played Hades
I
either,
haven't
but the internet is rock hard for that game.
Yeah, it's one of those things you just see all the badges of honor appearing every time you look at like an advertisement for it.
Yeah. Matto, so you're Doom, that's right. So that we're all pretty adamant about that. And I mean, the thing is, you could still see Half-Life coming up and winning as well. It's like, for all that didn't make the game of the year cut, I think it's the best reviewed game of the year, or very close to it anyway. This one I don't know as much about, simply because I just don't look at a lot of games through this lens. But innovation in accessibility. So recognizing software and or hardware that is pushing the medium forward by adding features, technology, and content to help games be played and enjoyed by an even wider audience. Nominees are Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Grounded, because apparently they had like an arachnophobia mode. The whole thing's, there's giant spiders and that sort of thing, and you can basically just turn them off and turn them into something else. Hyperdot,
really?
which I'm not familiar with. The Last of Us Part 2, and Watch Dogs Legion.
So was The Last of Us Part 2 is
Last
just
of
a
Us
homophobe
Part
mode?
2. No, I will throw my hat in for Last of Us Part 2.
I've heard unbelievable
only-
things about the accessibility there.
Only because I know Naughty Dog have one of the massive companies that worked on that. Like, took in a lot of from the players and not just the assumptions of what things they'd want. Like, hey, this guy was like, I can't. Like, I think it wasn't even Last of Us. It was originally
With Uncharted.
Uncharted. Yeah, it's like, I can't smash the button, and they were like, okay,
We'll let you
we'll
press and
change
hold it.
That's fine. It's like, yeah, and I can't see because I'm colorblind. Yeah, why is everything in red and blue? Let's change that up. Like, let's make it visible for people. It was like,
Well, the game actually
Wow.
opens with the accessibility options screen, so you don't even get, like, it's before you do everything else. It's like, hey, let's customize the things that everyone can play. And
yeah,
everyone seems to bang on about those settings. Now, again, because I've not had to look at them through that lens, I hadn't really given it the degree of thought that others might. But The Last of Us does sound like the clear winner there from everything I've heard. Matto, what about you? You're hearing the same things?
Yeah. You say that's why Naughty Dog, that's why everyone likes them, because they listen to the fans,
Yeah,
to the
pretty much.
people. Not
Next
like
one-
EA, who just say, hey, would you do a story, right? Yes, that's $5. Oh.
Next one is best VR/AR game, but all the nominees are VR games. So Dreams, Half-Life Alyx, Marvel's Iron Man VR, Star Wars Squadrons, and The Walking Dead Saints and Sinners.
Half-Life.
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 That's
Is that even a competition?
No, I don't think it's a competition at all.
Just a thanks for coming, you four. You can
Yeah, congratulations.
go home.
You had a pretty good year, but you also just got your ass handed to you. Bye. Next one is best community support. Now, to be clear on that one, that is recognizing a game for outstanding community support, transparency and responsiveness, inclusivity of social media activity, and game updates / patches. So the way they pump out updates for the game, but
Cyberpunk.
also the way they ignore the misogyny, guys. It's all right. So yeah, I mean that's gonna be an interesting week for them this week. So the nominees for that one are Apex Legends, so specifically I guess Respawn and EA, Destiny 2 from Bungie, Fall Guys Ultimate Knockout from Mediatonic, Fortnite, Epic Games, No Man's Sky, Hello Games, and Valorant from Riot. Fall Guys.
Fall Guys.
Fall Guys.
Their social media stuff was just top
Oh, it's
tier
great.
this year. It's unbelievable.
People
And it's
saying,
still pretty
"Oh
good.
no, if I'm yellow, I'll quit," and I was just mocking those people for being yellow, and even old Tim the
Tap Man.
Man, they'll
They
making
just
fun of
ragged
him,
on him
ripped into him.
because it was
I
just
thought-
one dude and he was basically just being himself via an official platform that went from having like no followers to over 1 million in 24 hours.
And then when everyone got on the service, went there like, "Oh, sorry guys, we weren't really expecting this many people to play the game."
But even then, they were like super transparent about
Yeah, was the
like
thing.
hackers and that for the PC version as well. It's like, we've been watching you guys for a while, and you may not have realized, but and they went in this really elaborate thing to explain how they were all just being gradually identified and being sent off to play on this other island with a whole bunch of other cheaters. So they're like, some of the videos that come out of it would be
Cheaters,
amazing
big
because
cheaters.
everyone gets to the finish line in 1 second, but people are just cracking the shits because they're all cheating. But
and
because
cracking she's like, "Oh, I'm
they're all
stuck
there
with
because they
cheaters."
were
Like,
cheating.
hey, it's
So-
your own bloody fault.
It
Go-
was this
you
really
go
elaborate
be with
post.
your-
They just
Go be with your kind.
Yeah, and they just told everyone about how they did it and why they did it and how it works and how, like, just be honest and you won't get caught. It was kind of cool. So best mobile game is next. It's got Among Us, Call of Duty Mobile, Genshin Impact, Legends of Runeterra, and Pokemon Cafe Mix. Just to be clear, Call of Duty was the one that won last year.
Genshin Impact.
You don't think Among Us wins?
It runs pretty goddamn well on a
No, it's
phone.
Pokemon Cafe Mix. What the hell is that?
Apparently
never-
not very popular, I might add, but
Oh, clearly, I've never heard of it.
I think it's
Powered
between
by
Among Us
LG
and Call
Wing.
of Duty.
What is an LG Wing?
No idea.
Genshin.
I'm on Among Us.
Yeah.
Matto?
I haven't
Sure.
played it on the phone, so I don't know.
Yeah,
but I've played
Just
Genshin.
go Among
so-
Us. I've never played any of these on the phone. Never thought they
forever-
were on a phone.
I'm forever trying to forever busting kids in classes, whether they're mine or me, strolling past someone else's class and just watching as a kid starts to fire up a game of Among Us, and I just slam that shit into the ground. So it's pretty big on
Do it on
mobile,
the ground!
and then just
Do you have a
destroy
hammer?
snap their iPad in half, throw it at them, and tell them exactly where to go.
Do you grab the two halves of the iPad, put it on their face?
What
and
are
call
you?
them an
Shit
idiot
sandwich.
You are
Uh,
an imposter sandwich!
Matto, did you have a pick there?
Among Us. Among Us.
Among Us?
Where were the Among Us?
But do not rule out Call of Duty on that one because Call of Duty's been winning it the
Or
last couple of
Genshin.
years. Or
Just,
Genshin.
ignore my frickin' vote, you turd.
Best indie. So this is now not best debut. This is just best indie.
Hades.
Full stop. For outstanding creative and technical. Oh yeah, who cares? Indies. Carrion, Fall Guys, Hades, Spelunky 2, which is definitely worthwhile discussing, and Spiritfarer. But Hades wins. I do feel a little bit for Spelunky 2. It was shooting the lights out critics wise, and everyone was talking about it for about 5 days, and then Hades came out and just destroyed, like, then it's just soaked up all the oxygen. So
Well,
Fall Guys has a
tough,
chance
man.
because it was popular for so long. That gives it a
Yeah.
chance, but
It does, but remember, a lot of people when they vote, they go for the last 3 months.
yeah, typically, yeah, you're right.
You know,
So what's everyone's pick then? Hades for me.
Hades.
Hades.
Buchanan's gonna win.
We're in the last row of nominees here, so we're now on to best ongoing game. So We've got Apex Legends, Destiny 2, Call of Duty Warzone, Fortnite, and No Man's Sky.
No Man's Sky.
Matto?
No, but it's called you.
Oh, tough one.
For a bit of context for the both of you, Destiny 2 won it last year, and it's back on the list again.
And it's for free this time.
And yeah, it's gotten into the hands of a lot more people since then.
So how pissed off would you be if you purchased it?
Yeah, that's me.
It wasn't a collector's edition.
Well, don't you
was it?
get you'd get stuff.
Yeah, I
you'd
think it
get
was
bonus
years
for
ago, however
having
long ago it was.
purchases.
Yeah, they do look after you, but yeah, I'm going to say Destiny 2 wins again. It's the same competition, so I figure they just win again.
Oh, is it?
I'm pretty sure it's the same people, pretty much.
Oh, well. Nice try.
Points for effort, guys. Destiny just walks in and takes it again. It's just like the AFL. Games for Impact. Richmond just rocks up and wins and breaks my heart. Games for Impact. So for a thought-provoking game with a pro-social meaning or message. So I'm not sure what If Found is, but If Found. Kentucky Route Zero TV edition, Spiritfarer, Tell Me Why, or Through the Darkest of Times.
I don't know any of them, but now I need to play them all because apparently they're thought provoking.
Yeah,
And
now I feel bad
on
for
the
not
verge of a breakdown.
Kentucky Route Zero has taken like 10 years to finally come out. It was like episodic for a while, and then it just got lost somewhere and finally came out. I don't know If Found or Through the Darkest of Times.
On some dude's laptop, and he's like, "Oh shit, yeah,
Shit,
no.
I didn't publish it to
I didn't
Steam. My
click
bad.
upload. Oh god damn."
So that's not even the game, is it? It's just If Found, please call.
Yeah. Spiritfarer, Damo, I think you maybe did you play a game called Jotun or Jotun the other year?
Yeah.
Yeah, this comes from them.
Yeah. Oh.
So that might be right up your. I mean, it's not quite the same sort of game. It's definitely more of an emotional, heartfelt sort of thing, but definitely one to go take a look at. I think we've got to play 2 players going up in the next couple of days, actually.
You know how I feel about emotional and heartfelt things, Paul.
Yes, I do. Matto, do you have a choice?
No.
Damo,
I'm
Nathan
very
Fillion.
I can't really say.
Yeah, I haven't played. I don't even know what any of these are, so I can't.
I actually haven't played a single one of them, but I think it will be Tell Me Why, because they really lean heavily into the whole, I guess, narrative hook. And I don't want to say hook because then it sounds like they're trying to take advantage in some way. One of the main characters is trans. And they're painting like a really like powerful story about that person's growth and change and all that sort of thing. It comes from Dote Nod, so the guys who do Life is Strange and all that sort of stuff as well. So they've got a bit of pedigree behind them. So they're pretty good at that sort of storytelling. Though I'm not a big Life is Strange guy, that is kind of in their wheelhouse. So Tell Me Why I think wins, but Spiritfarer could give it a real crack as well. Next one is, and I promise everyone listening, we are very, very close to talking about the actual upcoming announcements. Best performance. So we're talking actors and actresses here. This is
Keanu Reeves.
Shame we'll have to wait for next year for Keanu. Ashley Johnson as Ellie from The Last of Us Part 2. Laura Bailey as Abby from The Last of Us Part 2. Daisuke Tsuji as Jin Sakai from Ghost of Tsushima. Logan Cunningham as Hades, and also like 15 other characters in Hades. And Naji Jeter as Miles Morales in Marvel Spider-Man Miles Morales. Ashley
Hades.
Johnson wins. You think Hades?
Yeah.
Matto?
I've heard a lot of good things about the performances of The Last of Us Part 2, so I'm going with one of those two.
Yeah, I'd say it's one of those two, and then unfortunately, Laura Bailey's copped a lot this year, and Naughty Dog have copped a bit this year and I think most of us still remember some of the controversies about the way Abby looks, her, kind of very, very like built body and all those sorts of things, and people have just taken it out on Laura Bailey as a result, which is ridiculous. But I think that's going to kind of work against her in the vote potentially a little bit. So Ashley Johnson as Ellie, I think, for me. But I think it's pretty much a 2-horse race between those two anyway. I think back to the games. I think we're all oh no, not quite. Best audio design. So this is going to be sound effects as well as soundtracks and those sort of things. Doom Eternal, Half-Life Alyx, Ghost of Tsushima, Resident Evil 3, so its first nomination for the whole thing, and The Last of Us Part 2. I think The Last of Us wins again. But Doom could give it a crack. Doom
I was
could
going
give
to say
it a real crack.
Half-Life.
I throw in Ghost. There we go. We'll go 3 ways on that one.
Oh. You're saying Half-Life. I can see Damo's point about Ghost. Like that really does. That's incredible in that space. But why
Flute.
Half-Life? Yeah,
I thought being Flute guy. No, I was just thinking being that it is a VR game. I don't know how VR works, but being in that
the immersion.
headspace and the sounds and shitting yourself.
That could work. Yeah, I could see that.
But like you say, Ghost of Tsushima, that horse, the
Yeah,
flute,
just the soundtrack and like even the wind. But I think the Last
drums.
of Us Part 2 wins again. They leverage the 3D audio and all those sorts of things. So not only does it have an
no
incredible
3D
soundtrack,
audio.
but it also was a real technical thing. And they had Eddie Vedder in it as well from Pearl Jam. So
80
licensed tracks as well. Where are we? Best score and music. So now, so I guess maybe Last of Us wins for Eddie Vedder here too. The nominees for that one are Doom Eternal, Final Fantasy VII Remake, Hades, Ori and the Will of the Wisps, and The Last of Us Part 2. I say Final Fantasy VII because of all the nostalgia that kicks in.
Turtle.
Oh yeah, and then
That
they
was
fired
pretty
him.
good. They fired him.
Disagreements.
Some
some
the
issues after the fact.
mixing, yeah.
Mick Gordon, yeah. But yeah, I'm Final Fantasy. Damo?
Ori.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Thing is,
It's beautiful. And Matto, you're Doom. Next one I think is art direction, and then we're finally back into the awards and studios and all that sort of thing. So best art direction as it loads. Final Fantasy VII Remake, Ghost of Tsushima, Hades, Ori and the Will of the Wisps, and The Last of Us Part 2.
oh, are you shitting me? You're
Ori.
supposed to make a choice out of them.
Ori.
Ghost.
I could see Ghost winning.
It's black and white. Akira mode is like.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
it's pretty
Forgot
epic,
about
that stuff. But I wonder how many
Forgot
people
about
have actually experienced it that way. That's my question mark, because it's an optional thing as opposed to Ori, which is like, it is what it is.
It is an optional thing, but that just gives it more chances to look different
Yeah.
and more beautiful. It's like it's got 2 votes in there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I see what you mean. I'm going to stick with Ori, but you've definitely given me a bit to think about there if I was, actually voting myself. Matto, what about you?
I'm definitely going Ghosts.
Ghost?
Just
Oh,
for the whole,
two
like, whoever thought black and white would make something so great,
That's fair.
especially
Especially in a
in
video game.
violence.
Well, there was that game Mad World. That worked a treat. And then when the blood just splashes everywhere. Best narrative. So stories. 13 Sentinels, Aegis Rim, Final Fantasy VII Remake, Ghost of Tsushima, Hades, and The Last of Us Part 2.
Last of Us Part 2.
Last of Us.
Yeah, sure.
I could
Last
see
of Us.
I could see people lobbying for Final Fantasy VII, but the counter to that is it's a story that came out in 1997, and you've just added a few things to it. So I don't know.
Not even good things in some senses.
Well, yeah, there's some things that didn't exactly work. There's other things that did.
I'm a horn dog.
Yeah, she's crazy. Best game direction. So this is our second last award here before we get to Game of the Year. And a large number of the games that are here are Game of the Year nominees anyway. Final Fantasy VII Remake, Ghost of Tsushima, Hades, Half-Life Alyx, and The Last of Us Part 2. And just to be clear, Best Game Direction is awarded for outstanding creative vision and innovation in game design and direction. So it's still not necessarily best game, but it's like, I don't know, yeah, most innovative in kind of what you're doing in game design, even if it's not necessarily the best game of the year. So I think for context, last year, Death Stranding won this, but it didn't go on to win Game of the Year. That was Sekiro.
Baby holder.
Yeah. But because of
Was
what...
Hades in this list, yeah?
Yes, Hades is in the list. Yeah, Final
just
Fantasy,
throw Hades.
Ghost, Hades, Half-Life, and Last of Us. I could see Half-Life winning.
Half-Life, yeah, I didn't think of that.
But I could also just as easily see The Last of Us, because it's already starting to sweep in my eyes at this point, that I could just see it continuing on its merry way.
Just everyone. It's just we did all the awards.
It happens
Yeah,
every now
'cause
and then.
Thanks for coming. Thanks
Well,
for
it's
turning
funny
up.
because that always happens. Like people like, oh, no one will vote for that for Game of the Year. They'll vote for this. So I'll make sure that this gets this award, and then that just happens for every category that game's in, and then it's like, oh shit.
We've
Oh
given it
no!
20
Like I thought, I should have voted for that because that was actually my actual vote, but I was like, oh.
Yeah, there's always that sort of thing that does pop up. Now our last one, game of the wait, Matto, did you put a vote down for that one?
No, because I don't really know.
Fair enough. And our last one, so game of the year, who do we
The
think is
big
going
one.
to win from Doom Eternal, Final Fantasy VII Remake, Ghost of Tsushima, Hades, Animal Crossing New Horizons, and The Last of Us Part 2? This is an unbelievably good...
Oh my gosh, what a year of gaming!
Yeah. And again, that doesn't even have Half-Life in it. Or Ori. Or, like, there's a whole bunch of games that didn't make the cut. That probably deserve to.
Hyrule Warriors?
No, come on. I'm enjoying Hyrule Warriors, but holy shit.
Star Wars.
Squadrons.
Minecraft Cave Edition?
Farming Simulator 2021.
What do we think?
Bug Snacks.
But all right.
just gonna
Now we've moved on from the jokes here.
I am gonna say Last of Us Part 2. I think it will be one of those things where everybody's on the edge of their seat. If it hasn't won an award, I definitely think it will win Game of the Year. Like, I think it might pick up one or two here. It's still an incredible effort, but I think that if it hasn't won, yeah, I do think that it might. It might. I'm not saying it is, and I don't know. I really don't know because there was. I mean, calling this is like calling the Oscars. Just like, really, who voted for that?
Yeah, fair. So just to be clear on the voting thing is, I think with all the awards, not just the Game of the Year, but I think like 90% of the vote comes from the critics, and the other 10% is fan vote.
Oh, good.
The community side, there's a lot more distaste for The Last of Us Part 2 there, but the critics, as the Metacritic proves, are totally in love with it. So I think it wins. Matto?
Yes. As much as I loved Animal Crossing and Doom Eternal, going by all the reviews of The Last of Us Part 2, it's going to be The Last of Us Part 2.
We're united on the Game of the Year. All right, so moving on to the other part of the show here where we're talking about the games that get revealed, the announcements and that sort of thing, which is what a lot of people tune in for. Last year we saw the Xbox Series X get revealed. We saw dozens of games. We saw what came out last year. Dragon Age was technically revealed last year, and it's been confirmed it's going to be back already. And we also know that Fall Guys Season 3 is going to be there in some shape or form. But what else do we expect to show up?
Hey, listen.
Zelda.
Legend of Zelda, 30th anniversary.
Is that 30th anniversary next year? Or
I
35th?
don't know.
Oh, the 35th
another-
one. Yeah, it's 1 year after Mario. Yeah, that would be right.
Or another
Yeah.
Ocarina of Time remake
That's it. It'll be the
with added
it'll be
bass.
3 Zelda All Stars. You'll get Zelda, you'll get Ocarina, Mildura, and Twilight Princess.
You don't
Oh,
think you
no.
don't think Majora will
I
just
want
get
Wind
the
Waker.
Yeah, I was going to say, don't you think Majora won't just get the Super Mario Galaxy 2 style treatment where no, you're the second one from that generation, so fuck you.
Nah.
That's fair.
Yeah, unless they combine it or whatever they do.
Oh, that'd be huge.
But
Well, 4.
So just that, or are we going to see Breath of the Wild 2? Shitty
I
Witcher
don't know.
2?
I mean, I think Breath of the Wild.
Well, it might
2
not
will
be as
out.
shitty as the shitty Witcher.
Or we get to see the Switch Pro in action.
Oh, that'd
You
be
know,
cool.
one of the big Nintendo announcements, and get people because that'll kill their Christmas sales.
Difficult.
Donkey Kong Country 3 coming to the whatever that membership thing is. I forgot it.
Oh, the
Online.
Nintendo Switch Online.
Yeah. Donkey Kong
that'd be
Country
good.
3.
Then I can resume the playthrough series. It'll be complete.
Or they'll bring out the Nintendo 64 versions.
Oh, the mini. Oh, we'll just skip DKC 3 and just jump straight to Donkey Kong 64.
Yes, they finally listened to us.
Pissing everyone
and
off.
the first game will be Donkey Kong 64
Now they'll save it for one of their things.
to bring back the Kongs.
So we are focusing on Nintendo at the moment. So I'm going to go out there and say that Retro Studios have had long enough now. Metroid Prime
Forza
is going to be back.
Oh yes,
This will be
Forgot
where
about
Metroid
that
Prime
game.
4 comes back. And maybe
Well,
even
they'll come-
Bayonetta 3 as well.
Oh, yep.
Because Bayonetta
Yeah,
was
so
debuted at the
they
Game
won't-
Awards.
Yeah, they'll drop an adult game here because they'll save their Treehouse stuff and their other cool things that they do. Directs. Yeah, this will focus on something that's not massive but big enough to be like ooh, and probably more Monster Hunter Rise.
Yeah, that'd be cool. What about on the big boys and girls consoles? Sorry, the PS5, the Xbox Series X, the Xbox One, PS4. What do we expect? Anything that we expect there from either the Sony or Microsoft themselves or any of the third parties?
maybe
God
some
of War.
gameplay would be good from
Well,
Xbox.
Thankfully, Jeff's at the helm here and not Xbox themselves, so I reckon we've got a good chance of seeing some games actually gaming.
Or maybe some Halo. You know,
No, actually, that one's been confirmed that it won't be at the Game Awards.
Oh my God.
Xbox is cooked there. Don't worry about them.
Apparently, they do have something. I'm going to say it's finally the Initiative. You know, that studio that people have been speculating that might be working on Perfect Dark and all that.
I'm just going to show that.
I don't think it'll be Perfect Dark, but I reckon they'll reveal whatever they're doing finally after like 5 years of doing stuff.
Come on, Xbox.
Just-
Really give us something.
Please, like a game to play.
Like, yeah.
I still haven't played a game on my Series
Here's an
X yet.
Xbox. Right. What do we do with it? Play games? What games?
Yeah, I still haven't played a game on my Series X yet. I've had it almost a month. Have we gone a month? Getting pretty close.
Yeah,
Right,
this week
God
will be
of-
almost a month.
God of War 2 or Ragnarok or
Yeah, I can see that being
Thor
there.
Thunder, whatever you're going to call it.
If they're saying it's coming out in 2021, then they've got to show it.
Yeah. For
Some
Xbox,
Horizon gameplay.
Yeah.
maybe we'll get a glimpse of something Bethesda.
Oh, that could be a good one on the Xbox side. Like with all the the stuff about them buying it, maybe they can be like, here's Starfield, for example. Finally, like here's because remember Starfield's the one that is coming before Elder Scrolls 6, so
Yeah.
could be that. That's actually a good one. Your Bethesda idea,
Yeah.
I like the sound of that.
I mean, it's a big time. It's been a big year. A lot of shit's gone down. It's like, really got to save something. You know what I mean? Like, let's go out the year with an actual bang. People go, yeah, you can touch crap on about 2020, but we saw that. Gotta
Yeah,
make
that'd be
people
right.
excited for next year, you know?
Anything for you,
Hyper,
Matto,
hyper.
that's springing to mind? I'm
Not
funny.
really. I kind of
Oh,
just
Witcher.
forgot about it. It's just
Witcher.
Witcher.
4.
Witcher.
Nah.
Oh, Siri.
No chance with The Witcher 4, only because they literally put out Cyberpunk the day that the Game Awards is on.
Exactly. Perfect time to do it.
That should have come out a year ago.
This should have come out, at least in April. But whatever. They were too busy making dodgy tweets. I'm kind of at a loss, and only because I think COVID's done a number on a lot of things, and I just don't know if there's some studios that might have been right to go that they're just not going to be anymore. Like they're a bit further behind, so they don't necessarily want to announce. They're a little bit gun shy, and they want to announce once they know more. I don't know.
Another Smash character gets announced.
Oh yeah, yeah. We'd be due for another announcement in that one. How many more are left in this current batch?
4 or 5?
Oh geez, so we're early on. Okay.
Yeah, we
Shit.
just got Steve. Steve was the part second season pass.
Steve from Minecraft.
Yeah.
The one on our Mount Rushmore.
No, he didn't.
No,
he
not
didn't
quite.
make it. Poor Steve didn't make it.
Thank you, internet.
Damn you people.
Idiot. Idiot. Had an opportunity to show the world something great.
And you're fucked.
And you blew it.
Who did we
You
get
had
there
to
and said?
jazz
Who
your
was
blue.
I lobbying
Damn.
for? Because Oh yeah,
Link.
Link. Yeah, right. You made the
Link.
right choice, Internet. Good
Doom
job.
Guy, Steve from Minecraft, or Link.
And I won.
And everyone went with the incorrect pick.
Yeah.
Good times. Let's do that again sometime.
Dun,
Um,
dun, dun.
So yeah, I don't know. Like I think about Activision, I've got no idea. I think Ubisoft, I've got no idea because they've already announced Far Cry and they've already announced Prince of Persia.
Blizzard.
Fucking Splinter Cell. Can we do Splinter Cell?
Yeah, it was in.
Ooh, that would be great.
Wasn't that in? Yeah, it was in Rainbow Six Siege.
That doesn't count. Give me a real Splinter Cell game.
Hey, Kratos is in bloody. What's that game?
Fortnite. And Master Chief's going to join him.
Oh
That was
no!
Thanos.
How to ruin a character in 10 seconds?
Yeah, put him in Fortnite.
Put him in Fortnite.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of out of ideas with the whole thing. Like, it's just so much harder to predict. There could be a lot of indies this time. There's usually a few indies anyway, but there could be maybe more than usual, which makes it even harder to predict just because they're smaller games and we don't really know a lot of them.
Maybe there'd be
Hollow
a.
Knight Silksong?
My name is Mayo 3.
Yes.
That would be good.
Yes. Fuck Hollow Knight. My name is Mayo 3. No, Hollow Knight Silk Song would be amazing. Give me a Hollow Knight Silk Song. Aussies tearing it up. Any last ideas on that one, or we'll wrap things up for this episode? Give me Resident Evil Hank.
No, you're 4 years off.
Yeah.
Oh, we didn't discuss something important about that.
What's
Monster
that?
Hunter Rise might be going to PC.
Good.
Horizon.
No,
No,
Hunter Rise.
Monster Hunter Rise,
Oh right.
and then it's going to come to PC.
Yeah,
Ooh.
that's apparently according to the
Interesting.
leak. So it's tricky if you want to buy it on the Switch and your PC could run it. 'Cause it's like, ooh, it would run a lot nicer on a PC, unless there is a Switch
All
Pro.
those frames. All
Fingers
those
crossed.
frames.
If we get a Switch, if they make a Switch Pro announcement, that would be phenomenal.
That'd be huge.
I will lose it. I expect Paul just to text me throughout the day as I'm, busy at work.
So we're in this second last week
working
of
Joy-Cons.
the school term where the usual schedule kind of just gets ripped up and there's a whole bunch of alternate programs and bits and pieces on. We got sent that on Friday and I very quickly skimmed to next Friday to see what I was given for that time, and I took a look at the day and I couldn't find my name, and it was just this thing of beauty. I'm like, great, I get to watch the Game Awards at my desk. So that's exactly what I'm going to do.
Someone calls in sick and Paul's like, I'm sicker than them, but I'm here.
I'm here.
So-
I'm here at work, and if someone comes down sick and puts my name on something, I'm going to go home sick.
Oh, is that blood? No, Paul, I think you just spat in your hand. That's blood.
You just
I'm
drew in
gonna
your
go.
hand with a red pen. So on that note, then we'll wrap things up. If you enjoyed this episode of Patch, be sure to like, share, subscribe. All the buttons down below. Hit the notification bell. That way you're alerted to every new video the moment it goes live. That includes Patched, Player 2 Plays, like Game Review, Gamer School, and a whole lot more, including the unboxing that we mentioned before of the Fire Emblem 30th anniversary thing. There's like a glass crystal NES cartridge in there.
Ah. Coaster.
Well, yeah, pretty much, but it's pretty epic. I'm going to dig it out while we're at it. But so there's some awesome stuff there on the channel, so subscribe and go and check it out. Visit the website, player2.net.au, for reviews, previews, opinion pieces, news, features, links to the podcast series, and a whole lot more. We've got a feature series that's starting to roll out dedicated to Cyberpunk that's going to be rolling out over the course of this week. Kind of various impressions and those sorts of things from different people. All relating to kind of different aspects of the game. We may not even actually review it. It's just going to be it could just end up being a whole bunch of these feature pieces just simply because everyone's getting their games really, really late.
Too damn long.
Yeah, look at this. Like that's a Fire Emblem NES cartridge, but it's made of
Does it work?
hard plastic. No,
What's the point of it then?
I don't know. It's in there.
It's going to be a clue to find Fire Emblem.
So if you put it
Then you
into
go-
direct, if you put it in a
You
light,
just
does it
gotta
come
follow
up
the
with a map?
quest.
In an NES style box.
I mean, we didn't cover you know what? Don't worry. The best gaming tweet of the year obviously goes to Danny DeVito, who just probably tweeted out at some point this year, gaming. Yeah, I'm just gonna give it back to Danny.
And the
all
best,
right?
in
Continue.
fact, content creator of the year should actually, like, they don't have the right person in there. It should also go to Terry Crews for playing Danganronpa live on the internet just earlier today as we record. So,
No, he missed the cutoff.
oh yeah, that's right. He did miss
Maybe
the cutoff.
next year.
2021 for Terry Crews. We're also on Patreon, patreon.com/player2au, kicking a few bucks at the lower tiers, early access, higher tiers, monthly episode exclusives. And then there's Patreon. And then there's Twitter. Damo, where can you be
At
found?
Patreon. Oh wait, no, at Tacos Talks.
At Mano_Phil.
Paul James Games for me. The website's player2au, and go watch some games get awarded.
Last of Us.
The Last of Us wins.
Weeps.
Let's get the
Might as well
last-
not turn up the other
Go-
developers. Just stay home.
Just piss off. You're wasting your time, guys.
Yeah, the whole place is empty due to COVID. It's like, who are you? Oh, we're just Naughty Dog. We're just here to collect our awards.